So I think for me, I would say we talk more now than we did when we were in the same city. Would you
Mm,
agree? I'm
probably. I don't know. We always talked a
We
lot.
always talked a lot, so it's like a very close margin. I think
Yeah.
that there's more of a responsibility to, for me, make sure that when we are in the same city, we
Hmm.
don't really have to catch up because you know everything. And so when you recently came this past time, we just kind of watched the same things that we would watch at home together and be on
Hmm.
our phones in the same room because there's nothing to there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. And I think that's what makes a sisterhood fun. It shows me that we're doing something right. It's the same thing with my husband. If we're together for a long stretch of time over the holidays, towards the
Mm,
end, we're rarely in the same room because it's like there's nothing to talk about. Like there's nothing. And so yeah, I think that um by a small margin, we may talk more. We talk more because of contrary, like there's the business
yeah.
conversation and then there's a personal
Hmm.
conversation. We also have
Hmm.
separate chats. So
Yeah.
our contrary group chat is
Yep.
different than our just like Nicole and Faith chat. Because the Nicole and Faith chat, sometimes the conversation will ease over, and so we'll like, bloop, okay, this is like a
Yes.
work idea, so we're gonna do work
And I
talk.
think that that is so funny. The fact that we are able to split our brains like that
Carry it
is
right on over.
wild. And
You
and talking like 1 second we're in the contrary chat, and the next minute we're in the other chat talking about like Chewy.
Yep. Yep.
And it's
100%.
not weird. It's the funny and it's not weird. It's like we know exactly what we're doing. We're
Mm.
trying to keep track of everything contrary. So then when we think of something, we don't have to think about which chat was that in.
Yeah, no, not at
So
all.
funny to me.
It's really
So
helpful.
great.
And sometimes we'll be having conversations at a different time. Sometimes I'll be DMing you something stupid on Instagram, and then we'll
Mhm.
be talking about something in our personal chat, and then we'll be sharing ideas in the contrary chat.
Yep.
And so being able to have those conversations is great. And I think the other good thing about us that we share in temperament is that we're very, I hate using this word, but I can't think of anything different, but like low maintenance.
Yes.
Like if we text in the morning and then I don't hear from you until like the next day or later that day, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, like we're adults and like life happens and you're a parent and like, and sometimes I'll send you something knowing you're not gonna see it till the next day and I don't care. It's like, so I think that helps too, that is not something that was unspoken. Um, but it's still important to know how you communicate because I've
Yeah.
had friendships end that were practically
Mm,
sisterhoods in because we were not on the same page with communication style and desire and our needs with communication frequency.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's what helps. We're also in the best possible time in human history to be long distance. I can video call,
Facts.
I can send pictures, voice recordings, I can send recipes. We can watch movies at the same time with teleparty. Like it's just it is
It's
one of the
crazy.
best times to be long distance. And if your long distance thing isn't working, sometimes there are seasons, but also
Mhm.
sometimes it's like, is this person putting in the effort? And if they're not willing to, they're not a bad person. It's just not what they have the capacity for at that time
Yeah.
or ever. We are just lucky
Mhm.
that we're kind of on the same rhythm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. I agree. I think it's just like it's also funny because, like you said, the fact that we're both so low maintenance works because our lifestyles are completely different from each other right now.
Yeah.
It's like so like of course I'm not going to assume you're gonna answer me back at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday.
I'm in the
If
office.
and even if and your job too, like, is very flexible. So
Very much
like
so.
you could be like done by 11 o'clock, or you
Yeah.
could be at an event until 5.
Mhm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like we we appreciate each other's time and we don't take it personal if like 4 or 5 hours have gone by and one of us hasn't responded because it's like, yeah, you're working. I'm trying to get baby boy to nap.
Well, you're also working. What you're doing is a
Eh,
job, and there is no clock out. Let's be
yeah.
clear about
Oh
that.
Jesus. No, there
Yeah.
isn't. Except for at 8 o'clock when he goes down,
And even
and
then, like, your mind is
oh,
always
my
there.
brain is. Oh my god, yeah.
Always.
Oh, my cute little potato. Anyway,
I'm
yeah.
so glad.
So yeah, I mean, just knowing that we both have each other's back, even in that like different flow and different kind of like, I see it as like a wavelength almost,
Mhm,
as being
mhm.
on the same track, but on different
Yeah.
wavelengths almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so that's super important to me.
Mhm.
And then also like because we know each other so well, even through text messages, I feel like we know when something's
Something's
off.
wrong.
You specifically, Brett.
Oh, yeah.
You,
I
your
can't hide it.
texting style,
I
like
start using
how you
punctuation. You're
can't
like,
how you can't hide it through words, bro.
I don't know if it's my words. Well, it's
You
probably my
get
words.
you get overly proper.
That's what it is. I'm using
And so
semicolons. Like, why are you using a semicolon?
it just it feels very like, you know what? I'm not gonna I'm just gonna matter of fact. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Because I'm Gen Z, so my regular texting style, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's gifs, it's stickers, it's memes. Sometimes it's a paragraph. Sometimes it's like a picture of me, like with the eyes up. And so when I'm like, "Have a good day," it's like,
mhm,
mm.
heart. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's very, very obvious, which is crazy how that is a skill that generationally not everybody has.
facts.
Like, I don't think if something was wrong, dad wouldn't be able to figure it out. When he does, he knows something is wrong when I'm not communicating with him. But
Mm,
if I'm communicating with him, I think it would take him a very long time, and he might not ever realize when something's wrong as long as I'm communicating with him.
mhm,
I was going through a really hard time at the end of 2022, and he was the first one to clock it because I wasn't responding in the family group chat, and he was like,
mhm,
"What's wrong?"
yeah,
Um, how do I know when something's wrong with Nicole? I feel like for you, I think it's like the amount of contact.
hmm.
Do you hear my husband yelling? Because I do. I don't care if it picks up on the mic. I just want to check and see if you can.
No,
Oh,
I didn't.
oh my god! It's like he's in the room with me. He's across the house. I'm
Oh,
probably loud for him too, though, so it's fine. We're just yelling in different directions, and our poor guinea pig is like, "Please." And yeah, I think for Nicole, it's like the frequency of contact. Sometimes you'll share something on your Instagram story, so it'll not. Maybe it's not a problem with like
I gotta
me,
stop doing that.
but when I live for it. I live for it. It's
No.
was like, ooh, something might have happened, and now that this is how she is expressing herself, so I'm like, ooh, do I want to bring this up, or does she need time to like cook on it for a little bit? But usually,
I
though,
haven't done that in a while though.
it's been a long time, and usually it's something we've
Yeah, it's
already
been
talked about.
let me see. It's been about when did I
Years,
last move from Mobile? Uh
2 years, almost 3 years. It's 2024.
well no, I moved from Mobile at the end of 2022.
Okay, okay,
So like a
it's like a
year and a
year and
half.
some change.
I haven't had to deal with any drama. So that's why. But
Ooh,
yeah,
been
you're not
looking
the
for
only one.
peace.
My old boss would be like, he'd
What happened? What
text me
happened?
out of the blue and be like,
What
so
happened?
that's how you feeling? And I'm like, I gotta stop posting on Instagram.
Mm. Yeah, I don't have.
It's
I
never
so
about
bad
him though.
ever. Yeah, no. I so badly want to have my coworkers on my socials, but I'm like, I don't want to do that because it feels weird. I have one who like I see as a peer. She's super cool. We bonded
Hmm.
because I almost threw up on her during a trip, but I didn't. So,
Oh God.
but other than that, I'm like I can't because I'm not that I'm scared of them seeing anything. I've invited them to listen into the podcast because
Yeah.
we're not talking about anything crazy there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to cross that line. But something is really satisfying about me posting something about past jobs, and these people know exactly who I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Um, where it's just been like, ooh, that was a very unhealthy environment. And I'm gonna let you know that it was an unhealthy environment, and I know you're watching me, because social media often tells you who is watching you. So I
Yeah.
see you. But it's kind of satisfying to know. It's satisfying. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I know something is wrong. And when something is wrong between us, it seems like a long time and it's so rare. But when we need
Mm-hmm.
to have a difficult conversation, it feels like forever, but it's usually like a day. But for me, it feels long because for my whole life, my sister is always in my good and on good terms pocket of my brain. So
Mm-hmm.
when it's not or I'm not sure, I'm like unwell for like a very long time. Then my spouse is always like, "You need to fix this because you're getting on my nerves." Like, like you need to figure this out. Um,
Mm.
Facial expressions. Who do you think is easier to read when something is off?
Mm. Honestly, I think it's you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm more expressive in general, but I
yeah.
also have been acting since I was 9 years old.
You have training.
So
I can't hide it, dog. Oh, sorry.
I know how to like be like, yeah, absolutely. And be like, I hate this person. I'm never gonna get along with this person. But as long
Mm,
as I think I like them, we cool.
yeah.
You you get like this. Hmm. And I can see you. It's like I can see the
You see the wheels turning.
I can see the switch in your eye as you're trying to hold back what you really want to say, but it's not working because it's like it's almost like you have steam coming out your ears, real like a teapot.
But that's the
But you
thing,
like,
though. Like, I'm not explosive. Like, I've never raised my voice at
no, you're
someone,
not explosive.
but I sit in the anger. I get, yeah, that's fair. Recently, like we were in a group, and he said something that made me so angry. You had to pull me from the function.
That's it.
I was like, I didn't know. I really thought I was eating it up. Like
No,
I thought I was
not
handling
at
it well, and I was like,
all.
I'm being pulled
Because
aside
you were the
anyway.
only one not talking. Because the other people were talking about the situation, and you went silent and introspective. And I was like, oh, she feeling.
Oh no! I thought I
Oh,
was
this.
doing a good job.
Oh,
I really thought. So I stopped
heart.
talking completely. I could have
You
sworn that I was
stopped.
contributing.
You stopped talking. You were livid.
I
Yo,
apologize. I thought I was
I read
handling
you
it.
well though. I read. Oh,
Do you think
hold
that
on
they
one second.
noticed?
My
Oh, dude, you gotta
earphones.
do.
Okay.
The noise is crazy.
My bad.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, was it? What was it sound like?
Yes, the noise is insane.
That was just a guess. That was me
Do
trying
you?
so hard to find the hole.
Or it's like pause. It's like when you think it's like trying to plug your phone into the wall, and you
Yeah.
think you got it, and then you just get madder and madder. Do you think that the other people noticed that I had stopped talking, or was it like I know that this is wrong? I swore I was doing
I don't think
good.
they noticed.
I think you caught it quick enough to where you were like, "All right,
Oh yeah.
my bad, my bad."
You must apologize.
Have you
Yeah,
known of
funny,
any
bro.
siblings or friends or you have seen distance is kind of like the nail in the coffin? And do you think that says anything about the integrity of the relationship?
Hmm.
Oh my god, I forgot to inhale. I stopped breathing.
Dang, you good?
I was scared that my
Whoops.
breathing would be picked up on the mic, so I
I've been
exhaled and
doing
then
that
I
this whole time. I've been doing that the whole time because I feel like my.
yeah. Oh my
I
god,
feel
I
like
was
that's what I'm
passed
doing.
out.
Then I'm like, I can't hear it on the mic, so why would I think that I can hear myself? But it's
Yeah.
like I can hear it in my head. I can hear.
Okay. Sorry, I really gotta breathe. That was crazy. Okay. So have you known of any like long distance relationships or it's deteriorated? I'm struggling to think of any.
Yeah, not siblings.
Yeah.
Not
So
like
don't
not like they weren't already distanced, and then
yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, they were close, and then one of them moved, and then never talked again. It
Yeah.
wasn't.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I also when I know a sibling, I know the sibling. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know the other person. Like we
yeah,
have a
true.
lot of mutual friends because we grew up together. Well, do we have a lot of mutual friends? Like friends? Do we both have
I don't think
people
so, bro.
that we consider friends that are the same people?
I feel like it always leaned like this person is closer to this person because they're closer in age or they have similar
Yeah,
interests. I don't
like
know if there's any like collective like person where it's like I don't know.
I think that's probably good for our relationship too. Because if our
Yeah,
friends were all the same, like I wonder about
yeah.
twins when you're in school and in sports with the same
Oof,
people and sometimes the same
gotta be rough.
classroom. Like I wonder if that's hard or if you still find your own way. But yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
also helpful for our relationship too. Our friends don't really our friends know of each other's existence sometimes because you told me somebody recently was like, "Yo, a sister." They
Yeah,
know
I'm
of each other's existence, but I don't think we
yeah.
have any overlapping because the people I'm thinking of, they're either closer to
Mhm.
me or they're closer to you.
Mhm. That's what I'm thinking too. Mhm.
Yeah. Separate text messages, keeping each other updated, knowing each other's habits and trusting your gut, and having different
Mhm.
friends.
I'm
That's the tea. That's the tea.